Hey Raghunath, tell everyone about our Patreon community.
Sure, Kastuba. The Wisdom of the Sages Patreon community is an incredible online yoga resource. If you like the type of yoga wisdom and culture we share on the show, then our Patreon community is a great next step. This is a listener-supported podcast, and any level of sponsorship will unlock a wide range of live and archived classes, talks, and even workshops.
Raghunath teaches, I teach, and we have a host of other excellent teachers on topics ranging from yoga philosophy, asana classes, storytelling, Ayurveda, kirtan, cooking, meditation, and a lot more.
We even have an incredible online Bhakti 12-step recovery group.
So if you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/wisdom of the sages.
All right, let's get it on.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
All right, let's do this.
Live from the Govardhan Eco Village, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a daily yoga podcast, with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center, New York, Kastuba Das. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to beautiful Maharashtra. Oh, it's a day after the big Ram celebration.
Yeah, you caught a little bit of it in the city.
Well, I went to the hospital yesterday.
Look at your heart.
Well, I went for my annual checkup on my birthday.
Yeah.
And then they said, your heart is big on one side. And I said, yes, my heart is big. Isn't that wonderful? He said, in Bhakti, it is very good. Here, it is very bad.
Oh.
So I had to get an MRI today, which is very interesting. So that's why I shaved. I had to shave. They had to put electrodes on my chin, on my head. They even shaved a big circle in my chest, like Hanuman,
No, you're ripping open your chest.
ripping open his chest. Like Ram just jumped out. But I tell you,
Yeah,
Mumbai was losing their mind last night.
in a
I
good
went
way.
to bed at 10:30, 10:45 because I had to get hooked up with all these wires.
Fireworks, stuff like that.
We did a sleep study at the hospital at first. And, fireworks for miles, for kilometers as I'm pulling into the city. But then it was just like parties. Boom, 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 boom. Bhajans. We were right by the Mira Road Temple.
Yeah.
Out of control.
Wow.
Out of control all night long. And there's Ram flags on every street post in Mumbai right now. Huge cutout posters of Ram. It's like full on. It's quite overwhelming.
It's like Diwali. The
It's
original
bigger,
Diwali.
It's bigger.
The original Diwali.
It's like, yeah. It's where I'm coming home.
Yeah.
It's where I'm coming home.
All right. Good. That's
So anyway, that was what's up.
you got a chance to experience that.
Yeah. Oh, here's the bright lights just popped in.
Okay.
All right, well.
Here we go.
Yeah, it was good. It was what I was thinking about?
No.
Being in that hospital bed in the morning and I didn't really know anybody. And I was like, you know what? It must be really sad for people who are dying in the hospital alone, or people and their family, sometimes parents go into
Yeah.
facilities like that. It's just like a lonely way to die. I was thinking, if I have to die here alone like this. But you know what I did do today, which was interesting? I had an MRI. So
It's
in the
random
MRI
thoughts of Raghunath. Go ahead, continue.
He's gonna dump all
I was
my
thinking, what would it be
thoughts
like to
on you.
die here? Then I thought of this, and later on, I was thinking about that. Do they lead anywhere? Do these thoughts?
No, they're just like bits of my thoughts right now, dumping not even full sentence thoughts. But one was I was in the if you ever get an MRI, they just put you in like a coffin.
Yeah,
Like a coffin. They just roll you in
I did do that once.
with electrodes all over you. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and think of Krishna. And I was just like thinking of different pictures of Krishna. And then they make these weird noises during the MRI, like wah, 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 wah. And you're like, and so I pretended that was a kirtan going on, like bum, ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. I pictured your face. I pictured all my favorite kirtan people singing kirtan in there.
All right.
And I was just thinking, you know what? Yeah, you got to
dying.
always be prepared. Close your eyes and think of Krishna. And that made me realize I want to really just meditate on pictures of Krishna that I love, so that when I close my eyes, they can be like engraved in my thoughts.
What's the first picture?
Oh, baby Krishna.
Sweet
Just little baby Krishna looking over like that, like bending down, looking over.
This reveals so much, Raghunath. It reveals so much about your inner spiritual identity.
What did I miss while I was gone?
You didn't miss much. Okay, why don't we check in with Mara?
Mara, come on over. We might get Hari Priya. By the way, we stopped over at, we got the best Gujarati lunch when we arrived at
Nice.
Hari Priya.
Nice.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable what's going on over there in that little cottage.
All right.
Well, she had her mom and her sister here also.
Yeah, her mom cooked. Her mom cooked. I said, your mom's cooking? Can we come over and eat? And she's like, I was like, is it okay that I just invited myself over for lunch? She goes, no problem. And so we came over, had the best meal.
It was so
Let's
good.
keep the show moving here, Raghunath.
It is moving, just maybe not the direction you want it to move in.
It seems to be stuck in the random thoughts of Raghu to me.
All right, I got some announcements. We have Back to Recovery group meetings today. The men meet at noon and the women meet at 2.
Very good.
We're gonna have to cancel the show Thursday and Friday this week. Yeah,
Ooh.
but we still have a show tomorrow, and we have Cult of Cain Asana class for our Patreon members Friday at 10:30 a.m.
Okay.
And Italy registration is open June 11th through 18th at
Hey, there she is.
wisdomandthesages.com.
Okay.
Speaking of fine Gujarati prasad, get over here, Hari Priya. Come on.
You come around the back.
Come around the back.
The Empress
We call
herself.
we call her the Empress. Her and her husband run this whole operation here at the Govardhan
I think
Village.
better she's speaking in my mic because yours is turned down lower than mine.
Okay. Okay. Well,
No,
you gotta
we're-
come right
don't
here. You gotta
hide.
look. You don't hide.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Say
Krishna.
hello to the world of Wisdom and Sages listeners out
Pardon?
there.
Say hello.
Say hello to our listeners. There's thousands of listeners that want to get to know you.
Hello.
So I have
I'm so not a person speaking on the mic, so I'm sorry.
so Hari Priyaji. So while we were eating this incredible lunch today, incredible, and there's every preparation was like, I've never had anything like this. I've never had anything like this. I've never had like that. So while we were doing that, we started asking about your father and your grandfather. Now, your father recently passed away. I've mentioned you on the show like 3 times already that we have this magical meeting this year on the Ganga when your boat was sailing by our boat. And I said, that looks like Hari Priya from the Govardhan Eco Village in Varanasi. And I was like, that is Hari Priya. And she was actually, and then she reminded me like a few days earlier, she said, my father's been very sick. Please pray for him. And I said, well, what's his name? I'll pray for him. And we had this magical meeting in Varanasi.
Yeah, it was very special. Just a week or 10 days back, Raghunathji called me and he's for some work related to Govardhan Eco Village. And then he said, how's everything with you? And I said, my father's very sick. And he said, please tell me his name and I will pray for him. And then we had a long talk discussing many things. And you know, it was so genuine. Again, at the end of the talk, he said, can you please remind me of your father's name? Because he's so sincerely wanted to pray for him. And I was really touched. And then I told him his name is Achyut. And he said, oh, Achyut, I will pray for him. And a week later, my father left this world. And miraculously, somehow, by Krishna's arrangement, Radhanath Swami came all the way from Kolkata for another one of his very dear disciples, Satyavati Mataji, and then he also came to meet my father. And
Was your father conscious at the time?
At the end.
no, my father was not conscious, and nobody was allowed to meet him. And Maharaj was there only for 2 days, and Maharaj was saying, I've come only with an intention to meet him. And it was so sad. All the time I was telling Maharaj, you can't meet him because nobody is allowed. But the day he was going to leave, somehow, we got permission and Maharaj could come there and he could meet him. And the CEO of that hospital had lost his son in a similar way. And he was very compassionate. And he said, I know what this means. And okay, it's a little dangerous for the patient, but still we let your Swami go in just for 1 minute. And then he can meet him, but he has to come back only one person at a time. So in the ICU, there was this glass room where my father was, and they let Maharaj had to wear like everything, a mask and a cap, and then when he went inside, it was 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and Maharaj wouldn't come out, and and the CEO wouldn't say anything, the nurse wouldn't say anything, and the doctors weren't saying anything. And Maharaj was standing still, not moving, and we could just see Maharaj and my father just from this little window on the door, which was just a glass thing. So, but my husband, because we also serve Maharaj here, and sometimes, you know, there's so many guests who take so much time, and we are so protective about Maharaj. So my husband was like, no, 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 we can't have Maharaj in so much time. He has to come out. So he was trying through the door. We were trying to tell the nurse that please send Maharaj outside, because please tell Swamiji his time is up and he should come out. And the nurse wouldn't say anything. Like, she was just so. And then afterwards, Shri Gushan Prabhuji called her outside, said, no, he has to leave. He has some urgent meeting. Please tell him to come. And then she finally went and she told Maharaj that, you are called outside. And then again, Maharaj prayed for 2-3 minutes and he came out. And he told my mother that he's in safe hands. He's just suffering here. I mean, you feel he's suffering on the physical level, but he's already taken off. And then I was telling Maharaj, Maharaj, you are so sick and you waited so long. And Maharaj said, I could just feel the presence of Radha and Krishna, and but they told me to leave, and I wanted to pray more. And so we were thinking, because we were so hopeful that because Maharaj met my father, he would live. So we were like, why is Maharaj telling us all this? Because we were still feeling, oh, he should live, and now Maharaj has come, so he will live. And I think it was like my father was just waiting for Maharaj, because Maharaj met him on the 12th, and on the 14th, my father left.
Now, your father was on the material level. Your father was not an ordinary guy. He was #1 from IIT. Oh.
Yes, my father grew up in a very humble background, and in India, he had 5 sisters. So to have 5 sisters and take care of their marriage and everything, it was and my grandfather would tell him, "Oh, you studied enough. Like, you should start working because we have to support the family." But he was super intelligent, so he was telling his elder sister who was working that time, please help me fill this form of IIT, and I want to go. And they secretly filled the form, and he got through. And then he told his father, give me 5 years, I'll take care of all family responsibilities. And
And he
then,
worked-
yeah, he successfully became like an engineer from IIT.
worked abroad, but
Yeah, he
he had a
worked
very
abroad.
spiritual side and was connected to Mother Ganga as well.
Yes.
Ganga Devi.
So my mother's a doctor, gynecologist, and they had this whole trip where 70% of the poverty of India is on the bank of the Ganges. So they wanted to educate the women, and so they were telling about safe motherhood and the children having polio doses. So it was a trip which was for around 4.5 months. They walked 2,400 kilometers from
Walking.
Gomukh to Ganga Sagar. And
Gomukh is high in the Himalayas to the Bay of Bengal, along the banks of the Ganga.
yes.
With how many people?
So the main team was around like 50 people, and my mother, who was like the medium, because of which my father went there, she said after 15 days I have to give because the leave because the kids are there and I have work. And he was like, I'm staying back, and he did the whole 5.5 months.
I want to do
and
that.
and he 24 kilometers he walked from Gomukh to Ganga Sagar. So actually, when we did his ashes immersion at Kashi Banaras, we were on this boat. We were immersing the ashes, and the pujari there who was doing the ceremony, he said, now Ganga Maya has taken your father from one side of the shore to the other side. And then my brother said, yeah, my father has walked from Gomukh to Ganga Sagar. And he was like blown away. He said,
The priest was.
the priest was, he said, oh, 10 years back she's already taken him. We are just
Ganga's
doing
already
some
taken
ritual. We're just doing some ritual. And we just finished the immersion, and we were like, like, it was very deep moment for all of us. And on another boat we see Raghunath. with like 50 Westerners all coming. And I was like, that Raghunath. And they were like, Hari Priya. And I was like, that's Raghunath. And
But
it
now,
was
now
so
the
amazing.
but the sainthood doesn't start there. The grandfather was actually a saint.
Yes, my grandfather, like from um he like from childhood, like when he got some sense, he was doing ekadashi. And as he grew up little bit, he was doing chaturmas, like 4 months he wouldn't have even salt, like he would eat just once a day. And then when he grew old, then he was a Gandhian, so he would just wear like khadi, cotton khadi, and just white khadi, like just upper cloth and
One of
like
those
dhoti.
hats too.
Yeah, the hats. They have this Gandhian hat, white color, and like a cotton kurta and dhoti. That's it. Like,
And he would memorize the Bhagavad Gita.
yeah, like every day morning, like as a child, I know I grew up. He would in Gita Press Gorakhpur, you have these small books which has Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam. Like
Vishnu
every Indian,
Sahasranam is 1,000 names of Vishnu.
yeah. So like 4 o'clock in the morning, he would get up, and because to not to save electricity and also not disturb other people who are sleeping, in the passageway light, he would
hallway
sit there in the
lights.
hallway light.
Outside.
He would sit, and he would read the whole Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam every day. That was his sadhana. Like he would be reading.
See, these
Very good,
are
very good.
very clean
Mhm.
bloodlines, aren't they? And that's why you get a Hari Priya, who's never committed a sin in her life.
Who's good for nothing.
No, it's like, come on. We come from such damaged, broken, if not criminal bloodlines. And that's why we're so darn broken here. We're trying to we're like Humpty Dumpty. We're trying to like put ourselves back together, but it always looks a little tweaked. Come on in, you guys.
Hari Priya's got a great radio voice, I think.
Oh, yeah. You know who she sounds like? Have you ever watched the little Krishna cartoon animation? You sound like you're from the little, oh, yes, Krishna. Oh, Krishna.
At least I'll be of some use somewhere.
Well, your story's fabulous. I could pick your brain for hours, and I will if you invite me back for lunch. Okay, then we'll come back.
Oh, today Raghunath was like, I'm sick of all that lunch, and now I want something else. I said, okay, come home. And he said, did I just invite myself? I said, it's okay. You can come.
Good, I'm doing it again. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
We're
you.
all inspired. We want to raise the bar of our spiritual life. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, please pray for me also. I can follow the lineage properly. Yes.
Yes, your grandfather is proud of you.
Yes,
you.
yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Hari Priya, I don't know if we really mentioned it, but her and her husband really just kind of run the whole place.
They run
and-
this whole place. That's why we call her the Empress and the Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are we doing a nugget today, or we
We got nugget time.
got a good
here?
nugget?
Bust out that nugget.
Okay, let's do it. You ready? I sent it to you. This time I know I sent it. But you
Yeah,
want
you
to
said-
read it from mine?
you said-
You know where it's from?
It's from the Panchatantra. That is like the
Panchatantra, yeah.
Aesop's fables.
Yeah.
Okay. Of India. All fortune belongs to him who has a contented mind.
Contented mind.
Oh, yes. Isn't the whole earth covered with leather for one whose feet are encased in shoes?
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Explain this thing to me.
In other words, if you have shoes on, it doesn't matter where you go. Like, say you had no shoes, then there's so many rocks, there's so many
Okay, I'll
thorns.
raise
It
the
would be
numbers.
impossible to cover the whole thing in leather so that you could walk.
Okay, gotcha.
But if you just put on a pair of shoes, it doesn't matter where you go. You
I
can go
get it.
anywhere.
So one who has a contented mind, whatever the material world pitches at you.
They don't need to change everything in the world
No.
because they have a contented mind. No matter what they encounter in the world, they can be happy in any circumstance.
We're living in like a bubble of peace in our lifetime.
Are we?
Well, for the most part. Oh, come on. You think no? We are so fortunate in this lifetime. Like this little American European culture that's never had like in our lifetime a war
We've had lots of wars.
on our lands.
Oh, that's another thing.
On our lands. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like it's never been a time where they'd say, get the kids, gather a few things, run for your life.
Yeah.
That is like a real thing going on all over the world. We've lived in a bubble of harmony A bubble where the economy is reasonably pretty good. A bubble where you could come with nothing and build your way to the top. That doesn't happen, and that bubble will puncture, as it's been punctured in all thriving cultures throughout the world for the last thousands of years. Kingdoms rise and kingdoms come. So we have like this little good fortune bubble that's coming up.
Okay. Where are you going with
I
this?
don't know where I was going with this, but there was a place where I was going.
Well, we're talking about contentment.
To contentment. So but no matter what the material world throws at us, it's our opportunity, and it's almost our duty for our self and the ones we love to develop a content mind. If not for ourselves, for the ones we love. Because to the degree that mom's disturbed or dad's disturbed, how can the kids live in peace? The kids become the caretakers for the parents. And that's never good. That's always backwards.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, essentially it's about santosha, right? This is one of the niyamas in the Ashtanga Yoga, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that's there for all the yoga systems. If the mind's not content, then it's forced to go external, right? If you're not content with the externals, then your mind is forced to be focused on the externals to try to change them in some way.
Right.
And that is daunting, and it keeps us in a constant state of dissatisfaction. But I noticed that this Panchatantra, by the way, I wish I knew what story it was from.
I don't know my
clue?
Panchatantra well.
You know Panchatantra?
Did you grow up with
Right here?
Panchatantra? No. She's going to go, no.
Yeah, few stories,
You don't know this one. It may be Crocodile and the Monkey or something like that.
It's very yeah.
But it's
The
not this.
Bombay girls know this one.
Yeah. Okay, but in any case, this is actually coming from Bhagavatam, I see. Like Panchatantra is probably taken from Bhagavatam, because in the 15th chapter of the 7th canto, there's a very similar thing said. You ready?
Maybe.
This is text 16 and 17 from the 15th chapter of the 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It says there, one who is content and satisfied,
Mm-hmm.
and who links their activities with the Supreme residing within the heart of every living being,
Mm-hmm.
enjoys transcendental happiness without endeavoring for their livelihood. Where is such happiness for a materialistic man who is impelled by lust and greed, and who therefore wanders in all directions with the desire to accumulate wealth? So it's giving a whole different attitude about life. It's saying we can work hard to try to make money to buy things that will make us happy, but other people can actually just learn to cultivate contentment, and their needs become so much more simple. Right?
Why not just cultivate contentment?
Yeah.
But we're not like ever plan a
Hold. Yeah, let me just finish this one. Then you can. So then the next text 17 says, for a person who has suitable shoes on their feet, there is no danger, even when they walk on pebbles and thorns. For them, everything is auspicious. Similarly, for one who is always self-satisfied, there is no distress. Indeed, they feel happiness everywhere.
Sure.
Right.
We think we can just whimsically manufacture happiness by some particular adventure.
Yeah.
I have a friend, I was like, he just got back from Iceland. I was like, how was Iceland? He goes, oh, it was cool. Yeah, actually, the whole trip was horrible. I was like, what happened? He goes, well, we rented a car. Pain in the neck to get a car. Rented a car. We went out in the middle of something. We're towards this hotel. We got way, way far away. Our car broke down in the middle of the road. No one picked us up. We thought we were going to die there. We thought it was like one disaster after another. It's like the idea is like we can try to fabricate our happiness or plan our happiness, sometimes at huge costs, huge type of adventures.
That makes it even more devastating when it doesn't deliver. Yeah.
There was a lady I just read about. When I say read, watched on Instagram for a minute. When I say read, she was like, and I'm gonna still get it all wrong, but she's gonna free dive. What's it called when you jump off of a cliff with a parachute? What's that called?
Oh,
there's a name for that. Cliff jump, base jumping. She's gonna base jump from it was like the Grand Canyon, a place like the Grand Canyon. It was like the first time ever. No one's ever done it. And I mean, imagine she's building up to this. She's practiced. She's doing smaller jumps. She's doing other things. She's doing so many things. Got great ideas for her team. She's got a team with her. They're all excited about it. Shooting arrow opens. Jumps on television to her death. On television in America, like in the 70s. It's a big plan for happiness in the material world. Why not just be content?
I'm thinking of Hari Priya's grandfather.
Grandfather, that man. Isn't it weird? He's like,
I just have
self-realized.
I just have my Bhagavad Gita. I have my Vishnu Sahasranam.
He's probably getting bit by
Probably
mosquitoes out
spending
there too.
hours doing that, right? What time of the day was that? So at 4 o'clock in the morning, he just gets up. He must have spent 4 hours.
3 hours. 4 hours.
Yeah. 2 hours he's done.
2 hours of sitting there
Oh, that's
under a
smoking.
dim fluorescent light,
That's
covered in
fast.
mosquitoes.
But that's what I need to be content, right?
He's going fast.
Okay. But in any case, these are the wise people. These are the people that aren't walking around barefoot, trying to change everywhere they walk.
Sure.
They put on a pair of shoes. Let me just learn to be content. Then under any circumstances, I'm good.
You know who was like that?
Oh.
Kostuba. I will
Huh.
say, with all the upheavals that went down in 2020, Kostuba, I'd always come in like, "Hey, Kostuba, you said the news today." He's like, "It's gonna be cool."
It's really quiet. Peaceful.
I was quite impressed. Just take it easy, take a breath. I was like, "Are you kidding? Take a breath. What are you talking about? You can't breathe. Don't breathe on me."
I remember that one day you were yelling at me. One day you were yelling at me on the phone. I remember that.
Yeah, you passed the test.
Well,
I failed the test miserably. You passed.
No, thank you. But
That's
Yoga
upset.
Yoga Sutras, it actually says for all the yamas and niyamas, there's a special blessing if you master it. Right? And so
What's the blessing for Santosh?
it's by contentment, the highest happiness is attained.
Ooh.
The highest happiness. All right.
What's the blessing for? What else we got?
My favorite is nonviolence.
Nonviolence. What's the blessing for that? You could talk
The-
to the animals.
The special blessing you get if you master nonviolence is that. Go ahead, throw
Talk
out
to the
your
animals.
punchlines.
Just guessing.
No.
But you were just wanting me to guess.
And I've seen this. I've seen people that have mastered ahimsa, and I've seen actually how this works.
Mastered.
I've witnessed it.
It
I mean,
seems like you just don't eat animals and then you've mastered.
no, it means deep down to the core of your being, you let go of any desire to harm another living
Oh,
being.
you know what? I don't have that.
Oh,
No, because I told you that story once where we were sitting. I was
Who is it
sitting-
that you want to harm?
No, well, I was sitting with my daughter.
You want?
I stood with my daughter and a giant spider jumped out. I went, stepped on it. My daughter goes,
Oh.
"How could you have done that?" I was like,
It
it was gross. No, it was, and then she's like, "You could have saved it. You could have put a jazz." She grew up vegetarian
That's
and
right.
nonviolent. I grew up demonic,
Okay.
and I'm still undoing.
Mm.
I'm in a process of unraveling this
All right.
mess.
Well, here it is. You ready?
So, what reward do you get for ahimsa?
The special blessing that one gets, that when you've mastered and totally imbibed nonviolence, ahimsa, is that violence does not happen in your surrounding area.
Oh,
Like in other words, you affect everyone else in your
they become
aura.
peaceful. Like
They
you.
become peaceful.
What about Jesus?
And I'll tell you
Mhm,
something.
Touche.
I'll t-
Jesus.
What about Jesus?
They killed him.
I'll try to explain how I understand it. One way that this works. Okay. You with me?
Yes. But I do think I stumped you.
You didn't stump me. Apparently Jesus came for that to happen so that he could teach nonviolence. Without that happening, he wouldn't have had the platform in which to demonstrate on such a level.
But he didn't teach the
And even
addiction he gets.
even they may have walked away from that, like changed.
They
right?
probably did. They probably did.
Yeah. Okay.
Good point.
So I remember once someone was trying to commit violence towards me.
Towards you,
Yeah.
but you were peaceful.
I was relatively peaceful, but that's
Were
not
you
the
a
point.
devotee at that
No,
point?
I'm not the person that was demonstrating the nonviolence. It was Radha Swami.
Okay, wait a second. So you're a devotee. You're with Radha Swami. Someone tried to get violent with you?
Violent in a way. Like they were trying to
Verbally
do me
violent?
harm. They were trying to do me harm.
Physically do you harm?
Not physically. But they were trying to harm me. Right?
Speak ill to you?
No, kind of like
Take you down somehow?
let me how to kind of
Why
like
don't you tell us? Why are we playing 20 questions?
I don't know
here?
why you are. You could have just just been content with as much as I told you.
I want names.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the thing is I don't want to
Listen, is the person in the room now?
Maybe. No. But they were trying to like kind of like what do you call it when you kind of like why are you doing that?
Just, show everybody that something's happening here.
All right.
Okay.
Kind of like when you ostracize someone, trying to
yeah.
kind of kick me out of the community in a
circle.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I get it.
like for real.
They were really trying to get you out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's
buddy.
okay. It's all right.
Come here.
Public
Let's
news.
snug.
Let me continue. So that's all right. So it was really off.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, it's no problem. But then what happened was that person, like me, we were both taking our instruction from Radha Swami.
Mhm.
And that person realized that when he arrives here, which was shortly thereafter,
Okay.
he's going to have to explain
What
why
he's
he
doing.
behaved the way he did. Where's Kastuba? Well, he's not around. Why not?
Got rid of him.
Yeah. And and then he realized I have to change. I have to apologize.
Okay.
Right. And I realized it was only because of his influence, right?
Mm.
Without his influence, it would have stuck. Right. But he said, or in his area, I can't behave that way. And I just saw how a person that's imbibed that nonviolent attitude, how it spreads from them.
Roman Maharaj gave that class.
But did that
Yeah,
point
I did.
sink in?
It sunk in
Acknowledge
so much.
it.
It reminded me of the class he gave at Madam Mohan.
Okay, if you just acknowledge it first,
I'm
then
acknowledging
thank
it
you.
with an example.
Thank you.
With an example after
Okay.
he gave that class.
Because for all I know, you're running off in a totally different direction.
No, I'm in the boat with you.
Okay,
going
great.
down the
Let's
same
hear it.
stream.
Let's hear it.
Remember when Maharaj gave that class about like
Where?
really radical responsibility
When?
in the case at Madam Mohan?
Just the other night.
Just the other night.
Yeah, that's great.
With Maharaj.
David Murtaswamy?
No. Well, that
Oh,
night,
Shibi.
not Maharaj Shibi.
Oh no. Oh boy. What can I say? Runty Dave.
Runty Dave. I felt like the entire place felt like he's talking about me. That's right. Everybody's feeling he's talking about me.
Oh, because
everyone's not.
He was saying
You cannot hold these resentments. You got to take full responsibility.
yeah, everybody felt it. Yeah.
Everybody felt like, oh God, I've got
me.
Part of my heart has to like just open up wider now, even wider, if I'm going to make this Krishna consciousness stuff actually work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that to me is an example of what the Yoga Sutras are saying when someone's fully
violence away.
imbibed. It spreads, right?
So there's a benediction for each niyama.
Each yama niyama.
Each yama. Okay. You got more? I'm curious.
I
That's a
don't know
very
them
interesting thing.
offhand.
We could make a whole episode about this.
Okay, we can come back. We can come back. for that.
Socham. Cleanliness. What do you get for that?
I don't know.
Sparkly teeth.
Okay, we can come back to that. We'll do a little research on that. Come back.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Bhagavatam?
All right. We did a nugget. We did Hari Priya. We did announcements. Time of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
All right.
Narayanam
Namaskritya naranchaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayat.
Before we start in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord, Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author.
Nasta presha badreshu nityam bhagavat sevya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki.
By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated. And loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact.
Whatever is troublesome to your heart right now with that MRI, could be relieved by
Interesting.
hearing Bhagavatam.
Never looked at it like that, but
right.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Om Jnana
Andasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my teachers are opening my eyes with a torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 2, text.
No, we're just starting the new chapter, text number 1.
Text number 1.
What's the title of the chapter?
It's called Hiranyakashipu, King of the Demons.
Okay, so there's a connection here.
Mm.
That we were just reading about Shishupal and Dantavakra, then we heard about how Jai and Vijay, the gatekeepers to Vaikuntha, were cursed to come down and take 3 different births. And one of them was this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha.
We're like in part 1. Here's your first births.
Yeah. No.
Well, we already what?
It's not
first birth.
But I don't know if exactly it's going to go through all 3. But in any case, that brought up the question of Yudhishthira asked, why did Hiranyakashipu, this superpowered demon who was like so influential, why did he have such animosity towards his son, Prahlad? What was that all about? And so now we get something like 6 or 7 chapters.
Those kids can get you angry.
Are going to start now, especially when you're a demon. And now we're going to hear this how this is all going to start, about who Hiranyakashipu is. He's going to kind of represent the demoniac mentality. This person is my friend, that person is my enemy, right? There is no one to answer to. And we're going to hear about his determination to wipe out Lord Vishnu and to wipe out the Brahmanas and to wipe out Dharma, etc.
He's the real archetype of evil here.
Yeah.
Power.
Whereas Prahlad, we're going to have so much to learn from this little boy.
Oh boy. Do you want me to read the
I don't think necessary.
the summary, or just go to text 1?
Text 1.
Sri Narada said. So Narada's narrating here.
To Yudhishthira.
My dear Yudhishthira, my dear King Yudhishthira, when Lord Vishnu, in the form of Varaha, the boar, killed Hiranyaksha, Hiranyaksha's brother, Hiranyakashipu, was extremely angry and began to lament.
I think you got to read that again. It's just a little choppy, so
Okay. My dear King Yudhishthira, when Lord Vishnu, in the form of a boar, killed Hiranyaksha, Hiranyaksha's brother, Hiranyakashipu, was extremely angry and began to lament.
Okay.
2. Filled with rage and biting his lips. Everybody bite your lips. Hiranyakashipu gazed at the sky with his eyes that blazed in anger, making the whole sky smoky.
Ooh.
Thus he began to speak, exhibiting his terrible teeth.
Exhibit your terrible teeth.
Glance. Everybody can do it if you want. Just to get in the mood of it. Fierce glance and frowning eyebrows. Terrible to see. He took up his weapon, a trident, and thus began speaking to his associates, the assembled demons. Oh, Danavas and Daityas. Oh, Dvimurda, Trayaksha, Sambara, Satabahu. Oh, Haryagriva, Namuchi, Paka, and Ilvala. Oh, Viprachiti, Paloma, Shakuna, and other demons. All of you kindly hear me attentively, and then act according to my words without delay.
It's hatching a plot.
Yes. A dramatic reading by Raghunath.
Very dramatic.
Are you okay with the dramatic reading?
Yeah.
It's good. Keeps people on their toes in sleepy Kali Yuga. My insignificant enemies, the demigods, have combined to kill my very dear brother, an obedient well-wisher, my brother Hiranyaksha. Although the Supreme Lord Vishnu is always equal to both of us, namely the demigods and the demons, this time, being devoutly worshipped by the demigods, he has taken their side and helped them kill Hiranyaksha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has given up his natural tendency of equality towards the demons and the demigods. So this is further answering the
He's going back to
question of
last chapter's
Yeah.
theme.
Although he is the supreme person, now influenced by Maya, he has assumed the form of a boar to please his devotees, the demigods. just as a restless child leans towards someone. I shall therefore sever Lord Vishnu's head from his trunk with my trident, and with profuse blood from his body, I shall please my brother Hiranyaksha, who is so fond of sucking blood. Thus I shall be peaceful.
That shall be peaceful.
Continuing on, text 3. Text 9, thank you. When the root of a tree is cut, the tree falls down. Its branches and twigs automatically dry up. Similarly, when I have killed this diplomatic Vishnu, the demigods, for whom Lord Vishnu is the life and soul, will lose the source of their life and will wither away. While I am engaged in the business of killing Lord Vishnu, go down to the planet Earth, which is flourishing due to Brahminical culture and Kshatriya government. These people engage in austerity, sacrifice, Vedic study, regulative vows, and charity. Destroy all the people thus engaged.
What kind of sick mind?
Sicko.
All right.
There's sick people out there, Kostuba.
Yeah.
Real sick.
Okay. Gee, we don't have to hear about your YouTube binges.
Had a bad bender the other night. Children who commit.
Text 11.
That's hard.
Text 11.
I don't even get those thoughts in the daytime. It's if for some reason I stay up late, those are the thoughts that come in my mind. Crazy YouTube.
That's because the
rabbit holes.
Rakshasas, they have power.
You know
at
why?
night.
Because the Rakshasas are out at night,
Yeah,
right?
they're getting right in your
Yeah.
head.
That's what your grandfather would say. Go to bed early. I bet he went to bed at like 7:30. What time did your grandfather go to bed?
8:30.
8:30. Okay, that's good.
What time did he get up?
4.
Or no, he was chanting by 4.
He was like awake 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Good program. Nighttime.
Nighttime.
Mm.
Yeah, it depends. 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It's like my mom says, no good can come after 10 o'clock.
She was right.
That's right.
All right. Text 11.
Text 11. The basic, I'm still Hiranyakashipu. The basic principle of Brahminical culture is to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the personification of sacrificial and ritualistic ceremonies. Lord Vishnu is the personified reservoir of all religious principles, and he is the shelter of all the demigods, the great Pitas, and the people in general. Pitas are the forefathers, right?
Yeah.
When the Brahmanas are killed, no one will exist to encourage the Kshatriyas to perform yajna, and thus the demigods, being appeased by yajna, will automatically die.
Cackle. so, this is reminding me of the new Mahabharata that we were reading.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait till you read this, Hari Priya. The new Mahabharata by H.D. Goswami.
Yeah.
So good.
And so the idea is they kind of understood the universal laws and the principles.
Yeah.
The idea, again, this whole idea of yajna or sacrifice or these kind of rituals, they're rituals that they kind of bring out, they kind of encourage or culture a type of gratitude.
Well, it's the heads of society are performing rituals of appreciation.
Yeah.
And that is like the lubricant of the wheel of a well-oiled machine, universal machine.
Yeah, and that is kind of changing the hearts of people, bringing them to appreciate the gifts of nature. Realize that behind that whatever I have in life is being provided for me. That begins to change how you think. Like, oh, I owe something back. Oh, I'm being provided. Oh, I'm not the center of this universe.
There's higher forces working for my benefit
Yeah.
that I've been ignoring.
Yeah,
thanks to these higher governors of our human species are setting the example, and wherever I'm at, I'm going to raise my bar a little bit.
Right.
And the lower grades of human are trying to raise their bar up.
Yeah.
It's not like these just a bunch of elitist priests. They were living it.
Yeah. And so it's going right at the heart. It's countering the idea of like, I'm independent. I don't owe anyone anything.
Yeah, that's our
And
I'm a
that-
self-made man.
And that's the demonic attitude.
It's a demonic attitude.
And it's that
isn't it?
attitude that just brings so much conflict, so much, pain, so much it's war, so it's just so much trouble into the
I
world.
got what I got because I worked for it.
Yeah, know that, right?
Don't you know who I am?
Okay, so he's saying we got to wipe out
All the people doing this.
the people doing this, the people that are supporting it. The whole idea was the government should support it, right?
Yeah.
Like the leaders should see that this kind of mentality is free to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, no, wipe it out, cut that all out. Their idea was like, oh, Vishnu needs this, right? It's not that he doesn't need it,
Yeah.
but they wanted to kind of snuff it out. Text 12.
Immediately, he's giving them orders now. All the other demons. Immediately,
I'm sick.
go wherever there is good protection for the cows and the Brahmins, and wherever the Vedas are studied in terms of Varnashram principles. Set fire to those places and cut from the roots the trees there, which are the source of life.
Cut down those trees. Like,
Cut
what
down
are you,
the
like
trees.
the Grinch or something, or like the, but read this commentary. This is
What's it?
pretty interesting commentary, Srila Prabhupada.
Deforest the forests. The picture, this is Prabhupada, the picture of proper human civilization is indirectly described here.
Yeah.
In a perfect human civilization, there must be a class of men fully trained as perfect brahmanas.
Okay, there need to be people giving good spiritual insights, right? That are living simple, that carry good energy, that are giving the higher messages so that people to bring out the good in people.
And people trust them.
Yeah,
They go to
trustworthy
them for
people.
advice. You don't feel like they have some agenda.
Right.
Mhm.
Because because they have contentment, right? If someone's already content, then they don't have an agenda when they're dealing with you,
Mm.
right? They're already
Yeah,
content.
it's hard
They're
to trust. It's
simply
hard to
content.
yeah.
Okay. Similarly,
There must be kshatriyas, warriors, to rule the country very nicely,
Mhm.
according to the injunctions of Shastra. They have to be trained in ethics as well.
Yeah.
It's not like you just giving a bunch of people guns
No.
with egos. And there must
Oh,
be
it sounds like you're speaking to the Second Amendment there, Raghunath. Like you're kind of like, we can't just go around giving guns to anyone.
they should be trained in ethics first.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, you're right. That is against.
I
the
agree
Second
with you.
Amendment.
Yeah.
Maybe we just said we can give everybody.
Yeah,
But
no,
that-
they're not against guns necessarily. They just want only trained people that are trained in ethics to have them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And the skill to use them.
The Second Amendment, so the government doesn't get too
No.
arrogant. That's what the Second Amendment's about.
All right.
Protect yourself from the government.
All right, let's keep going.
Similarly, there must be kshatriyas to rule the country very nicely.
Yeah.
Read that.
In an injunction.
And there must be vaishyas
Protect the
to
cows.
protect the cows. We need some more vaishyas. That's what we need
Cows. Take
in
care of the cows.
America.
The word.
The word gavaha indicates that cows should be given protection. Because the Vedic civilization is lost, cows are not protected, but instead indiscriminately killed in the slaughterhouses.
Such
Such acts are the acts of
demons.
demons.
I was just thinking the cows here are so beautiful.
They're beautiful.
And imagine
don't people think, oh, they're beautiful. Be careful though. They can just turn their head.
they're
and whack
strong.
you.
They're strong. But but that's another thing. But imagine if in the United States they started slaughtering dogs on the level that they slaughter cows.
Yeah.
Imagine if they just
By the
opened up.
way, dogs are up. They eat dogs by the millions. I just saw a graph about not in India, but around the world. Globally, what animals
Really?
get eaten? It's like dogs are like millions of dogs are getting eaten.
Wow.
It's shocking.
But if
The cows are way up there.
if that were done in the United States, people would just start freaking out.
Oh yeah, totally.
And
We just can't do that math.
yeah,
We can't do
simple.
that simple math.
what to speak of, and we don't have to go into a big long thing right now, but the value that the cow brings to society in providing our food, both in terms of milk products, which are very healthy when the cows are cared for properly
Mm-hmm.
with love.
Mm-hmm.
What to speak with the power that the oxen bring and how they plow the land to give us the grains that we eat.
Give us the dung for the
Give us the
fertilization.
dung for
The
fertilization,
pesticides,
for
herbicides,
fuel,
fungicides. We got cow urine mixed with water here at Coconut Eco
fuel,
Village.
organic
Put that in your
pesticides.
sprayer.
Yeah, also the oils that we to light our homes, like castor oil, cotton for our clothes, all that's by the power of the bull. So these beautiful, loving, it's just like having big, beautiful dogs that just
Yeah.
do a lot for society, do everything for society practically. Everything you need, the power to move things. This is part of the reason why in India they love the cow so much.
Yeah.
And in a healthy society can be built around the loving cooperation between humans and cows. The demons say, no, just kill them all. Right.
Yeah. I mean, before the hydraulics and the tractors, it's like everybody had work horses
Yeah,
or
yeah.
bulls or oxen. You
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
you couldn't build a stone wall, build a house without these big
Sure.
animals
Yeah,
who
yeah.
became part of your family.
That's right. They became part of the family.
Or donkeys.
All right, let's continue. Lord Gavya, because of Vedic civilization.
Therefore, this is a demonic civilization.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right.
Therefore, this is a demonic civilization. The Varnashram Dharma mentioned here is essential for human civilization. You know what I love about Prabhupada?
You just tell
So
them
many
like it is.
yogis who came here in the 60s and 70s, you'll hear about all the nice things.
And afraid to shake it up.
Control
a
your
little.
mind,
Yeah.
control your senses, and you should learn to breathe a little deeper. Prabhupada's like, this is a demonic civilization.
Stop killing all the
Stop
cows.
killing all the cows, you demons.
It's true.
I love people who are just straightforward like this.
This is what people need to hear.
Unless there is a brahmana to guide, a kshatriya to rule perfectly, and a perfect vaishya to produce food and protect the cows,
How will people live peacefully?
It is impossible.
Oh, the video is turned off.
We, Mara,
Oh, there it is down there.
thank you. Okay. Oh, we got issues today.
Oh, we got it over here. Carla. There's on it.
Mary, you're good.
Here we go. Right here.
Okay.
Another point.
Another point. Is
Now,
that
now Prabhupada's going to go from the animals to the trees.
Another point is that the trees also should be given protection. During its lifetime, a tree should not be cut for industrial enterprises.
In Kali
In
Yuga.
Kali Yuga, trees are indiscriminately and unnecessarily cut for industry. In particular, for paper mills that manufacture a profuse quantity of paper. It's really true.
So much garbage.
You know how much Amazon
Junk mail.
boxes- Junk mail is horrible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's actually junk.
That's what it is. You know, a bank is going to send you a letter like twice a month forever to try to get you to take a credit card that you're never going to take. It's like,
Yeah.
don't they get the message?
No, they don't get the message. You know why? Because Americans are like ready to consume. You just got to keep pushing
Just keep
them.
going. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. In
No, we can't build wood houses either.
in Kali Yuga.
In Kali Yuga, trees are indiscriminately and unnecessarily cut for industry, in particular paper mills that manufacture a profuse quantity of paper for the publication of demoniac propaganda, nonsensical
Nonsensical
literature, huge quantities of newspaper, and many other paper products. There's a sign of, how about toilet paper? And demoniac, this is the sign of demoniac civilization. The cutting of trees is prohibited unless necessary for the service of Lord Vishnu. Think of all the horrible magazines out there.
No, this is what Prabhupada does next. Is
Details.
what he does here is got a certain kind of beautiful devotional audacity in what he's about
Devotional audacity.
Yeah.
Yagyartat karmano yatra loka yam karma bandhana. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu must be performed. Otherwise, work binds one in this material world. Isn't that great?
Mhm.
Let me say that again. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu must be
be.
performed. If you do work, but you don't offer to Vishnu,
As an
that
offering.
work binds you in this material world.
Okay. But
Right? But if the paper mills stop producing paper, one may argue, how can you publish our ISKCON literature? Right? The answer is that the paper mills should manufacture paper only for the publication of ISKCON literature, because ISKCON literature is published for the service of Lord Vishnu.
there you go.
This literature clarifies our relationship with Lord Vishnu, and therefore the publication of ISKCON literature is the performance of yajna.
Stop it there. Okay.
It is.
There's a bit of
the
a
point
beautiful
is the same.
devotional audacity there.
It is
Prabhupada was
devotional
just-
audacity, but it's true. It's like A lot of our stuff is just distraction.
Waste. Yeah.
Waste.
That's what, when there's no brahmana, like the fact
It's
is,
a free for all.
it totally a free for all. Like I'm gonna cut down tons of trees and buy tons of paper for useless things because I may be able to make some money. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing. And before you know it, you're just destroying the earth. And you need someone to stand up and say, we're going down the wrong path. There has to be an adult in the room who's going to say, we're going down the wrong path here. We can't live like this. You can't keep sending out this junk mail. It's not doing anyone any good.
It's like the parents are on vacation. We're teenagers getting drunk trash in the house.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what's happening. And sooner or later, the whole thing collapses.
Yep. There's a tipping point.
There's a tipping point.
Hmm?
All right.
Mara, what do you
you
think?
got?
We're at the tipping point yet?
She's like, I'm almost at my tipping point.
Oh, Mara. Yeah, Miss Mara, what you got for us today?
What you got?
Let's get. Wait, she's got just her nose in the picture.
There you go.
Always be prepared to shut your eyes and see a picture of Krishna.
Always.
Oh, yeah. Everybody do that right now. Close your eyes, see Krishna. What's his peacock feather like? What color is his crown? How long is
It's
his
got a
hair?
turban. He doesn't have a
Is that
crown.
short hair, turban? Okay, you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Bamboo flute?
I don't
Small one, big one,
Medium.
medium? Okay. All right.
Oh,
Yellow
everybody's
dhoti,
stopping now. Yes.
sash,
Yellow dhoti. Blue sash.
Lots of flower garland or no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Color of the flowers?
There are multiple colors.
Multiple
Five
colors, there we
different
go.
colors.
Fruit Loops. Okay.
One with a contented mind can be happy amongst all circumstances.
That's right.
True.
The bubble of safety and security will be punctured. It's our duty to develop a content mind.
I wonder if your grandfather would be happy with this show. What do you think? I think he'd be like, I don't approve.
Yes, he'll be so happy.
Oh, that was very kind of you.
He wouldn't think it's weird, crazy.
There's no distress for a self-satisfied person.
There's no distress for a self-satisfied person.
Self-satisfied, not depend on anything external.
Don't plan for happiness, just cultivate contentment.
Nice.
Nice.
We need a class of pure-hearted spiritualists without a material agenda. It's simple math to see the value of a cow.
Simple, man.
Simple.
There's got to be an adult in the room to tell us to stop making junk mail.
No, I think my simple math thing was about cows and dogs. Cows are no different than, Kostuba said, what about if you kill all the dogs? And I said, they don't get that simple math.
So you'd prefer it's simple math to see the value of all living beings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that. Can you rework that
You got it.
takeaway?
It's a simple math. If you like dogs, you should like cows.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Snuggle a cow.
Cow.
Yeah.
And
Put a small cow in your carry-on. Bring it on the plane. Call it a
therapy cow.
therapy cow.
When people would come here in past years, and the little calves would be born, beautiful, little soft, little tender calf, and I'd say, if you talk to the person of reception, they'll bring a calf to you in the evening. You could keep it there with you overnight in your bed.
You can. Oh, it's a joke. Got me. Okay, that's smart.
You can?
Even the bright light was like, no.
Yeah, even the bright light didn't fall for that one.
And no good can come after 10 p.m.
Yeah, we know that.
Grandma Terry.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We got a big, beautiful group here. Come on, start clapping, everybody. I want to thank Harry Priya for telling us a story of old days in India. Oh, there she is. Oh, here on our Wisdom of the Sages retreat. We should do a Wisdom of the Sages retreat.
Yeah, that'd be
Still
cool.
Training. We just sit on the banks of the Ganga.
That would be very cool. Chant mantras.
Chanting mantras. Astronam. Huh? Bring Hari Priya.
Harry's like, oh yeah.
All that stuff wore out. All that stuff rubbed off on her. And then when she was in 10th grade, her fanatic cousin started preaching to her, and it captured her mind. Not good.
Yes, we were in 10th standard, and my cousin, he got Vayasakhi Prabhu's Kirtan. And yeah, he just got it, and we were dancing whole day. And my mother would call and said, "What have you done to her? It's her exams, and she's only dancing and singing."
Oh, we love it. Brilliant. Remember, everybody, if you want to go to Italy with us, Wisdom of the Sages retreat in Tuscany.
I'll be happy to come.
Come, June. It's a good time.
Yes, we have a little relaxed period there.
You know what? It is like Krishna conscious vacations.
Have you had a
Vacations with purpose and substance and with joy and Italian food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you had the high quality Italian food?
Pardon?
Have you experienced high quality Italian cuisine?
Yes, I'll be happy to, because I've heard you make some very beautiful pizzas.
I'm not making it.
Anyway, we have great
Good stuff.
great kirtans that go along the Tuscan countryside.
Beautiful country.
Try to get these-
Maharaj said one of the most beautiful places in the world. Hey.
BRG is there too this year, right? We have BRG meetings there too. People love that. We have great kirtan. BRG. I'm gonna go there.
Oh, there. Never heard of it.
You're gonna love it.
What is it?
Beautiful Tuscan city, like with all those like vaulted
That's
cities.
easy. It's easy. It's not so far. It's easy. Not that far, 2.5 hours. Like closer than Cinque Terre.
I know, but Cinque Terre has the ocean.
Yeah. It's easy at St. Francis.
Trust me.
Are you? Are you?
I'm kid friendly.
St. Francis loved the children. St. Francis loves children.
St. Francis will be there.
He is there.
In spirit only.
That's
You want
good
to send
enough.
your kids with the spirit of St. Francis. You can do
His
that.
body is there as well.
Okay, good. And with his body too. My kids will be like, us.
Samadhi is
There's a
there.
lot of.
Tomb of St. Francis. Beautiful place.
Here we are, kids. The Tomb of St. Francis. Because who thought you'd love it?
Why don't you take the kids to Cinque Terre and we'll go, all the rest of us will go to...
The adults can go there. I'll take the kids to Cinque Terre.
That might work.
Okay, it's going to be you and Jeeva. Everyone's going to want to go to the 5 most beautiful villages in the world.
That's what you think.
Yeah?
Let's get some hands over here.
Who wants to go to Cinque Terre and who wants to go see a tomb? Raise your hand for tomb.
Oh, right. St. Francis's tomb? Okay, Cinque Terre.
Cinque Terre. 5 most beautiful villages, perhaps in
We
the
got 1, 2, 3, 4.
crystal clear blue ocean
Okay,
and serving fresh pizza on the shore.
tourist trap. Now,
And if you're feeling adventurous, you can hike 5 villages on them. They're cliffside villages.
St. Francis.
St. Francis's body. It's also
Charlie
great
Brown
to
is
see.
coming. Is that over there? Chapu's coming.
Different flavors of joy. One's filled with joy and one's a joy sandwich.
We got Maya's coming. So we got people coming, Robin. Contrary to your...
Okay, if you guys think you're actually coming, you got to register for this thing. It's filling up. But you're beautiful. It's a beautiful day for a beautiful day. Let the magic continue to flow. Howdy bo.
Hey,